Hi guys, it's Kelly from Cards by Christine here with you on a Technique Thursday to share with you some cards using a blending stencil. So today's technique actually gives you two cards. I'll show you them. And it's really simple and easy to make these two coordinating cards, and I'm going to show you how I did it. So we're using the potted succulent dies, which comes from the Simply Succulents bundle, and you may have noticed I used the sentiments from the Simply Succulent bundle. Beautiful set. It's the first one that I decided to get out of the new catalog. And then the potted succulent dies come with these matching dies to cut out some of the stamped images, but also some beautiful labels and this awesome huge die, which may be a little intimidating, so I thought I'd hop on and give you some ideas on how to use it. So what I did was I took, and I'm going to kind of clear some space here. Put them over here. Okay, so I took and cut out the die on some white cardstock. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a little piece of double stick tape and tape it to my workstation so that as I'm using our awesome new blending brushes, I'm so excited for you to use them if you haven't yet. The bottom piece doesn't move. And then I'm going to take some washi tape and just adhere down the stencil so that that doesn't too much move. And the reason I suggest washi tape, if you've never used it before, washi tape is a low adhesive tape. So when you're all said and done, you can peel it off without risking too much damage to your piece, because we're actually going to be reusing the piece that I'm taping down right now. So go ahead and get both pieces secure. Then bring in your blending brushes, and I'm going to use two colors today. I'm going to use Shaded Spruce, which is matching what the card base is, and then I'm also going to use Mint Macaron, and I don't really know if that's how you say that. By no means am I French, or all of that good at dialect to begin with. So I'm going to take my blending brush and get a good coverage of ink on there. And then I'm going to kind of just hold down, you know, this is not fragile per se, but you'd still want to be careful. So I'm going to hold down and just start blending. And I really, I'm going to be honest with you, don't have too much rhyme or reason for how I'm blending the colors or how I'm choosing where to put the colors. I just want to use two colors, and I want them to blend together nicely. So I might go ahead and pull that out a little more. Okay, and then our inks in our classic stamp pads are water-based inks. So when you get this muddy looking brush, that's okay. All you have to do is rinse it out under running water from a faucet or whatnot, and the color will come out of it. In most cases, your blending brushes won't go back to perfectly white. That's why they do come in a 3-pack. And you don't need a designated brush for each of your different colors, but you may want to have, like, this will now remain my more of a green brush. I know you probably saw when I started, it had a little bit of a blue tint to it, so it'll probably be my, you know, darker colored brush for maybe the blues and the greens. So just keep blending until you feel as though your colors seamlessly transition together how you would like it. This one I think I ended up doing a little darker than the one I did for my sample, but either way it's going to turn out great. Okay, so now that you're done, go ahead and pull up the washi tape. And reveal what you created. So we've got 2 pieces for our 2 different cards. So then I'll just kind of walk you through how I use this. So now on this card, I took this piece, I matted it on a traditional mat. So this piece is 5 by 3 3/4. Then we've got a, I think it's, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to double check. Okay, so I'm going to start from the bottom and move up. We've got a shaded spruce traditional card mat. However, I did go ahead and do a top open card. So we've got 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5.5. And then we've got our traditional white card base, which would be at 4 by 5 1/4. Then the piece that we just did was 5 by 3 3/4. And that's what we used with our blending brushes and our shaded spruce and mint macaron. And then I took the stamp and die from the Succulents die. Kind people are my kind of people. And then some rhinestones. And I don't know if you can tell, but I put just a little bit of Stella on a couple of these spots just to give it a little more sparkle. So that's simple card number 1. And then the second piece, this, now you can see, of course, we've got some edges. So this is not complete per se. But essentially, what I did was I mounted it on a traditional, again, top open card base in shaded spruce. Then I put down a 4 1/4 by 5.5 white. And then I put this piece on top. Then to cover up the edges, I took a 5.5 by 4 1/4 in shaded spruce and cut out the largest stitched rectangle to kind of mat it and give it a little bit of coverage over the edge. And then I didn't know, I wanted the focal to be on this beautiful die, so I just took a 3/4 by, I don't know, 4, 5 inch piece of white stamped in Memento the sentiment and used the triple banner punch to punch out the end and put some of these awesome opal rounds on it. So that is how I finished that one off. You know, this could probably use a bow or a ribbon or something else, but I kind of wanted to keep the focus on this beautiful piece. So that's my technique for you. If you use the blending brushes or try out this technique, let us know with a comment and some pictures. I hope you have a wonderful Technique Thursday and see you tonight on the live.